What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Racing Dudes YouTube channel. Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. All right, Papa Dude, we're nice and warmed up. We've already done one show today, so it's time for another. Let's get right to it. Let's see if we can make some people mad. All right, let's go to. I'm glad you're here because I don't care about any of these games. So let's go. This is your specialty, though. This is what you have been absolutely dominating. College basketball, Wisconsin -1.5 tonight at Nebraska. Kick us off. Who you got?
This is going to be a good one. I know you don't care. College basketball is very entertaining this year, especially when you're hitting a few bets.
I was going to say, you hit every game. It is very entertaining.
I know far too much about this kind of nonsense. So, this is a tough one to pick. Nebraska is surprisingly good in basketball. It's been a long time since they've been this good.
Yeah.
Wisconsin is always good, very steady. Aaron's going with the Huskers at home, which is very tempting to take. I'm not having any part of this one, staying completely away from it. I just did the money line on the website. I took Nebraska or Wisconsin. I think they're just a little bit better than Nebraska. And it's hard for me to get on the Husker bandwagon. It just is because I've seen what they've done, and they just keep proving me wrong. But I'm going to take Wisconsin.
I'll take Nebraska just to go against you tonight. I'll give me the Cornhuskers tonight at home. Who they beat? Was it Purdue? They beat not too long ago in Nebraska.
Yeah, I think so.
They'll beat Wisconsin then. All right.
Purdue, what a game that was last night. Purdue and Northwestern, by the way.
Who won that one?
Purdue in overtime. And that was at home. Okay. At home.
All right. Good win.
Yeah, good win. Pretty good.
All right, let's keep it going. Exciting NBA action next. Can't wait for this one. Pacers at the Knicks. Knicks 3.5-point favorites. Total sits at 236.5. Who you got here?
Pacers don't guard anybody, can score like crazy, surprisingly have a good record. The Knicks are one of the best teams in the NBA. They're like top 3 or 4 in the East, which that includes Milwaukee, Boston, and the Sixers. And I like them a lot tonight. Give me the Knicks -3.5. I would take that, and I think they cover.
All right, give me the Knicks as well. I think they cover against the Pacers tonight. You said it. Knicks are going to score a bunch tonight. Give me the Knicks. All right, one more super exciting game. I think we're all pumped for the 76ers and the Jazz tonight in Utah. By the way, Utah, the only major pro franchise, or the Jazz as Utah's only major pro franchise, I think that's going to change in a big way coming up very soon. But anyway, Jazz -5.5 in this one. Who you got?
No, wait a minute here. That's good. Utah's going to get another.
I think
Utah Oakland's going to end up there?
I think Oakland's going to definitely end up there for 3 years. Talk about the Oakland A's.
I'll be darned.
And I also think the Arizona Coyotes may be in Salt Lake next year. But anyway, go ahead with your pick here.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I could see that one for sure.
I think both are going to happen. I think it's just a matter of time. My timing may be wrong, but I think 25, 26, 27, the A's will play in Salt Lake City.
And all right, you heard it first here.
The Coyotes don't have a building at the end of the season, and I don't think Arizona's going to support them. So I think they're going to go to Utah. Yeah.
Yeah. If I was Arizona, I'd get out of there. And I'll tell you what, Utah is a great sports. Salt Lake City is a great sports city.
They want it. They want them bad. Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll support them. There's no doubt, man. They support the Jazz pretty darn well. Mm-hmm. Tonight, 76ers, you might be saying, why are they 5.5-point underdogs? Well, they've lost like 5 in a row. Good reason. Embiid's out. He's out. They have another good player. I can't think of his name, is out. So I think it's a gamble if you pick against them. I would stay away from this game, though, because I don't know if the Jazz are 5.5-point favorites or better than the Sixers. So you can't really bet the point spread. I would stay away from it, but I think the Jazz win. I don't know if they cover, though.
Give me the Jazz. I think the Jazz do cover tonight. I think that they're going to beat the 76ers. Look, this is their beginning of the Utah dominance in sports.
They're not very good.
I think they win. Give me the
I'm
Jazz.
sure
Tough
you
to go
didn't
in there
watch
and beat
the
them.
Thunder. I'm sure you didn't watch the Thunder and the Nuggets last night.
I checked in on the score a few times. Does that count?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
What's his name didn't play though.
Well,
For the
whoever that might be. Right.
Jokic.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
You meant for the Nuggets. Okay. Yeah, I do know him. Yeah. Well, that helps the Thunder quite a bit.
Yes.
I think. So,
Yes. It does.
all right. Let's go race of the day now. Gulfstream Park race number 9 on the card here today. It's going to be a good one. Starter optional claiming here on the turf. We'll have a field of 7 as the 1 has scratched out of it. All right, Papa Dude, who do you like in this one?
Nothing.
Okay, all right.
You keep picking these starter allowances. I tell you, these
Yeah,
are
they're
tough.
always tough.
They're hard.
Mhm.
I think I had 3 of them listed here. I have the 5, the 6, and the 7. How do you feel about those?
The 5, the 6, and the 7. Those are my top 3.
Oh, well, okay. How about that?
I went 7, 5, 6.
Okay, I went 6, 7, 5. So
Okay.
there you go. I can't argue with the 7 being on top either. I just like the consistency of tap it 3 times, 3 starts, 2 wins, 1 second.
Yeah.
Hard for me in this field to bet against him, but I can see where you're going with Echo Lane as well. He's been running better races, so I can go either way with those. Hot and Lucky may come up there and get them, though. I'm not sure. So I went with the 6. Tap it 3 times.
Yeah, it makes sense. I did the 7 Echo Lane because we saw first off the claim for the new trainer last time out. The horse looked different, just looked better, right?
Yeah, I was wanting to talk about that for a minute. I couldn't read my notes, and now I remember since you brought that up. I looked at that back record
Uh-huh.
of what they did with this horse, and then they got a new trainer, put the horse in a level it should win,
Yeah.
dominated by 10 lengths, and it looked like total misuse of a horse to me by the other trainer, putting in stakes races and hadn't broke its maiden or anything. Didn't you see that as well?
Yeah, when you play the claiming game and you follow these races day in and day out, a lot of times these guys with high percentages, they get accused of cheating or whatever, and they probably are. But one other thing that they do extremely well is they find trainers that aren't the greatest, and that's
Right.
where they claim a lot of their horses
That's right.
from. Because they look at it and go, well, my God, we're running in special weights, we're on the dirt, we're on the turf, we're on synthetic, we're all over the place. Let me get my hands on this horse. Let me train it well for, in this case, a month, and then I'll spot it where it can win.
Yeah.
And look what happened. It won. So,
I
go ahead.
No,
I was
well,
just,
what I was going to say is, because we got a little bit of time here, what I was going to say is, yeah, we do criticize some of these trainers, I'm not going to mention any names, that win a lot of races. But they're very, very good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They know where to claim. They know who to claim off of. They can spot a horse that can win.
Mm-hmm.
They got big barns.
Mm-hmm.
So they can take one, spot it in a spot where it can win. And if they lose it, they win the race and they get the money on the claim.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're fantastic at it. They're we can knock them for cheating, whatever, but they are good at claiming.
Well, that's just it. You still have to be logical. You still have to get the right horse, and you have to, make sense of it. And they do work very hard to search for those horses. So there is an art form to it. You do have to give them credit for that. But yeah, I mean, you just got it in the right hands, and now we saw improvement. And look, this is going to be a tougher race for sure than what we saw last time out, but I think he can do it. I think he can get the job done. So, all right, let's go to the best bets. And we do have a special guest now. I'm going to bring him in now to talk about his best bet. Look at this guy. He's a drowned rat. Magic. You're here just in time.
All right. He got up late and just got out of the shower. That's
yeah, I'm wearing the Mutter shirt for a reason. By the way, I assume I came in right when you were talking. You meant that you were talking about the 5 Hot and Lucky. Is that who you were talking about in that? Right? Yeah, that's who I like too. Delta Downs. This is an interesting spot, and for Cajun Eddie, he 2-back was in a fairgrounds allowance against Louisiana Bred's going 2 turns, and he ran okay, but he was clearly in over his head, and so he dropped down last time to go a mile against Louisiana Bred Allowance Company and over this track, same distance, and he got the win. He kind of got close late. And so off of that effort, they said, you know what? We're going to throw him in for a $7,500 tag out and see what happens. Broberg claimed the horse 4 starts back out of a really nice effort at Remington Park on the turf. And then, ran him back on the turf once, and it's been dirt ever since. He just needs to replicate the kind of effort he had last time out, and not even really 100%. Give 80% of what he had last time. I don't see how he doesn't just dust this field. He's got a better post position. He's on post 2, and last time he was post 7. He can go to the lead and hold it, as he's shown multiple times. So, I'll go with the 2 Cajun Eddie. 8-5. If you can lock it in overseas, do it, because he's probably going to be 2-5 when he goes off, 3-5. But to me, this seemed like a really logical play.
And a logical name for a horse running over at Delta Downs, Cajun Eddie. That makes a ton of sense. All right, I like it. Hey, I'm going to stick in the state of Louisiana, but go to a different track today. I'm going to go Fairgrounds Race 8, number 7, Tipsy Tammy. First of all, great name. Love the name.
Yes.
So here's the backstory on this horse. So our buddy, friend of the Racing Dudes, Ryan Stillman, of all people, texts me, and he goes, Tipsy Tammy's not losing today when she debuted. And I'm like, this is a guy that doesn't bet, right? He just loves the game and to hang out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, I've heard it. She's not losing. And so I, quickly look up the race. Was like, I don't think I have that horse on top. And I had a Brad Cox first-time starter named Impel. And I said, no, she's Tipsy Tammy and Bauer's not going to beat Brad Cox. Sorry, not going to happen. Well, Brad Cox wins the race by 3 1/4 lengths with a horse that looked very good. However, Tipsy Tammy finished second and was 10 lengths clear of the third place horse. So I text Ryan immediately and I said, don't feel bad. That was a pretty good tip. She ran fantastic. Now, look at the betting. I don't know where Ryan heard about this, but everybody heard about it. Tipsy Tammy was 4-5 against a Brad Cox first-time starter. I believe it was a Juddmonte horse. I think it was. Maybe it was Godolphin or Juddmonte. It was one of the big outfits. So Tipsy Tammy was 7-5. The 4-5 Brad Cox horse was 7-2. So this horse had a lot of hype. She ran extremely well. That's all good news. Come into today's race. The great news is if she runs that kind of race, she's going to be tough. The one little piece of bad news is there's another Brad Cox first-time starter in this race. So you're always a little bit worried. I'm not as high on the 6 Upon a Star as I was that day on Impel for Brad Cox. I think if Tipsy Tammy runs that kind of race she did last time out, she's going to win. So Fairgrounds, race 8, I like number 7, Tipsy Tammy today to get the job done. All right, Papa Dude, let's go to yours.
Oh, I love that name. I love that. That is fantastic. We've all known a Tipsy Tammy or two, haven't we?
We have. Yep. You always need to stay away from them, too.
Woken up next to one or two of them, too.
Magic, are you going to tell us why you're soaking wet?
It's pouring rain outside.
Well, there's a lot of people that don't know that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't know. So you came in, you were standing out in the rain? What
Yeah.
No, it's I had a raincoat on. Look at this.
I know, but just because it's pouring, like some days it's pouring in my house, but I'm not soaking wet.
Oh, well, I had to take my son to daycare this morning. That's why. Yeah.
That's
what
our audience wants to know.
Did to walk to the car. This is what it looks like walking back and forth from the car.
Oh, okay. It's raining that hard.
Yeah. We're going to be off the turf tomorrow at Santa Anita, just an FYI. There's no way it's going to dry up in time.
That ain't
Is it supposed to rain for like 2 or 3 days?
Sunday. We're going to get a little bit of a break, so we should be okay for Saturday's card, which is all that matters. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, Rob, no Western Kentucky tonight. They are playing, but I told you, I'm not betting them anymore.
Thank God.
Do what?
I said, thank God.
Yeah.
All right. I have been on a roll and very cautious. When you're on a roll, you know the bubble is going to burst soon. So, and I'm under a little bit of pressure. I'm feeling the pressure. You guys ever feel the pressure whenever you get 6 or 7 in a row and you got people that are saying, golly, you're rolling. Who you picking today? You ever get that pressure?
I always go 2 for 3, so no.
I was gonna say you gotta know and understand what I do for a living, and that's every day. But go ahead.
Okay. So, when you're getting this fantastic following that I'm getting, you really start feeling the pressure.
Yep.
I didn't see much today. I didn't, to be honest, but this one stuck out to me. Cleveland State, one of those obscure teams, is on the road. It bothers me a little bit, but they're going into Detroit to play. I don't know what are they? What are they? Detroit Mercy or something like that. That has not won a game. They're 0-22. Bothers you a little bit. Conference game, middle of the week. You're going into a place they haven't won. Are you overconfident? Do you not play very well? I see this a lot. But 7.5, that's not very many points. When your team is like 14-8, like Cleveland State is, 13-9, whatever they are, and the other team hadn't won a game. So I like Cleveland State tonight with a fairly small point spread to get it on the road over the Detroit. I know they're the Titans, and I kind of think Dick Vitale coached there at one time.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah.
I hope so, because I think you told me that, and that's why I would know it. So if you're wrong, if I'm wrong, it's because you're wrong. So
I thought Magic might know.
he doesn't have a clue.
It sounds familiar, but I think I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Wait a second. Yeah, you would know. You're a Detroit guy. I forgot.
Yeah, Vitale. So I knew they were good. He led them to 2 NCAA tournament appearances.
Yeah.
They used to be
I think
Titans of the Horizon League.
Weren't they just the University of Detroit then, I think?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
The way they've been playing lately, they had to add the Mercy because of the Mercy rule.
All right. Well, let's hope Cleveland State goes in there and takes care of them tonight. All right. Best bets. Here they are up on the screen now. Fairgrounds Race 8, number 7, Tipsy Tammy for me. Delta Downs Race 2, number 2, Cajun Eddie for Magic. Cleveland State -7.5 for Papa Dude. We're up $1,680 for the year. So a very, very good January. Let's hope we can keep that up. Of course, no record so far this week, as this is our first week. All right. Here's what's happening. If you want to watch Dudes Who Bet Sports, I've got great news for you. It's already done. It's on the YouTube page. Just go over there and you can watch it whenever you want. If you want to watch Magic Mike, when do you watch it, Mr. Magic?
I watch it live at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, 4 Central, right here.
Okay. All right.
And we're covering, big shocker, we're covering Gulfstream Park this week.
What a surprise. Can't wait to tune in. And
all 3-year-old stakes. That's going to be the exciting part.
It's a really fun car. It's fun. It's really a lot of fun. I'll save my comments for my later shows. Blinkers Off will be after Magic Mike tonight. Probably, I would guess probably around 6, 7 o'clock tonight. We'll have Blinkers Off. And hey, guess what? We'll be covering the 4 Kentucky Derby prep races. I'm sure everybody's really shocked about that. So, all right, guys, we're going to get out of here now. Papa Dude's got to go educate. So let's hope he has a good day doing that. Hopefully Magic doesn't drown. And I'm going to go finish that guide or that betting Bible up. It's not a guide anymore. It's a betting Bible. So, all right, guys.
Get my snorkel out.
That's right. All right. We'll see you guys back here later on today and tomorrow.